What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Casey Bell, King Self for Life Wrestling Takes, back at you again to give you an honest take about last night's AEW Dynamite. Long day yesterday. Like I said, when I get in real late like that, I was like, you know what? I don't want to come up here and sound like I'm about to fall out. So I'd rather be fully rested, get time to be able to talk thoroughly about everything that transpired on the show. And we got extra things we got to talk about. We got to talk about the new team that's been assembled around Tony Khan, about the whole talent relations with the new addition like Madison Rain. We got to talk about the AEW video game. I seen the video. I seen everything about it. Apparently they're selling over 1 million already in the pre-sales over on Amazon. Cats already want the game because apparently the date is set for New Year's Eve, if I'm not mistaken. We'll talk about that. And we'll speak on the ratings because I know Cats is like, oh snap, AEW is trying. Listen, man, we'll talk about it when we get there. So let's break down this show. This was a excellent, well, I'm going to say it was a great episode. I got some complaints. Got to talk about what they need to work on. But overall, excellent way to bounce back because last week was hot garbage. Last week was trash. This week, great. Let's go ahead and break down the show. We getting a little closer to All Out and certain things that transpire on this show. Got you there. We have two big shows happening. Battle of the Belts 3. I believe it's Battle of the Belts 3. Battle of the Belts 3 takes place this Saturday, which is already being taped. That's why Rampage is live. Anytime Rampage is live, it feels like, okay, must got Battle of the Belts. I want Rampage to be live every week. I would prefer Battle of the Belts to be live because Food is going to go online and read the spoilers. I'm like, that's what I hate about AEW. I hate the fact that when they do tape episodes, fools are going to run online and look at the spoilers and say, I ain't got to watch. That's what I hate. Tony Khan and them got trillions and trillions of dollars to figure out how to get, find a way to get them on TV live. Find a way. They can do it. First matchup, we open up the show. We have OC taking on Jay Lethal with Sanjay Dutt, Satnam Singh. This was an excellent opener. The only clown spot about this was the best friends coming out there looking like the Little Rascals. You remember when Stymie and Spanky was on the other? It was 6 of them, but Stymie and Spanky was the two Amish cats that walked up in the bank later on. I'll talk about that part when I get there. But like I said, that was the only clown spot of this. Outside of that, this is a great match. Jay Lee, let me tell you something. OC, when he want to wrestle, OC gonna go out there and give you a banger. That's the thing about OC. People look at OC like he's just a circus clown. I'm like, no, he's not. Orange Cassidy is not just a circus clown. That boy can wrestle his tail off. He can wrestle his tail off. He just does his lazy daisy stuff because that's his gimmick. That's his gimmick. His gimmick is he's the lazy daisy wrestler. That is his gimmick. He went out there with Jay Lethal, man, and you know how good Jay Lethal is. They went out there, man. They did all kind of crazy stuff. They went out there. You listen. Jay Lethal was just with Ric Flair when his last match. Didn't care nothing about it because y'all already know how I feel about Ric Flair. Jay Lethal been everywhere. He been all over the place. He seen some figure 4 legs. There was a spot. OC got his leg messed up. When they went out there, put his leg between the steel steps, and he kicked it. That was the whole point of the whole leg. So he had to sell a leg injury. OC was trying to do some stuff, but he couldn't get off of it. OC tried to do a couple of things. Jay Lethal said, hey, no, I got to get this match done now. Jay Lethal had to get this win because of what's going to happen. Jay Lethal wins, gets the victory, so they started to beat the snot out of OC. Then they called out Warlow, talking about Warlow running around here with that TNT title. He's a garbage champion. And my guy Jay Lethal, Sanjay Dutt hopped on the mic talking about my guy Jay Lethal is going to take that title. Listen, Sanjay Dutt know he be running his mouth so much. He run his mouth. Listen, I'm trying to remember back in Impact days. Did Sanjay Dutt run his mouth like this? I don't remember because I remember Sanjay Dutt always being the babyface majority of his TNA days. He may have been a heel maybe once in TNA, but I remember him being a babyface through and through. Now the fact that he running around here with that doggone pencil in his head looking goofy as possible. And then you got Satnam Singh over here who ain't the great Khali's cousin. That's all I'm going to say about that. He's not. Listen, AEW's done a great job making Satnam Singh look like a credible dude. Even though he's super tall and is not the best in the ring, AEW's done a great job. Now, his debut was trash, but outside of that, You really haven't. I like every time I see him on television, I really don't have a problem seeing him on TV. I really don't. You know. Now, like I said, when it comes to his in-ring work, you already know he need a lot of work when it comes to that. But I don't have a problem seeing him there. Like I said, the best friends came out dressed up looking like Stymie and Spanky from the Rascals, dressed up trying to out-tall them, but they got ran off. But Warlow comes out, runs out, chases them off, gets on the mic. He said, "Hey, Jay Lethal, you run your mouth? Listen, I don't give a care who I get in the ring with. All I know is I'm about to whoop some tail." Right to the point. He said what he had to say. The matchup is being set up. The TNT title will be on the line. Warlow versus Jay Lethal for the TNT title at Battle of the Belts 3. 1, 2, 3. That's how you set it up. Boom. There you have it. Great opener. Excellent match. We move on. So, right after they got finished, the all undisputed elite have made their return. Every member was out there. Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, Matt, and Nick Jackson. All in the ring with Brandon. All in the ring. And crowd was going crazy. Everybody's like, man, it's good to see him. Adam Cole said, unfortunately, I know it's good to be back. It's good to hear you all going crazy for us. But let me tell you something. It's unfortunate. I'm not cleared to wrestle. Neither is Bobby Fish. Neither is Kyle O'Reilly. But Young Bucks, we know those trios is coming on. You guys are our best friends. You guys have been there through thick and thin. But I'm here to tell you right now, since I'm not clear, you guys cannot participate in the trios championship match. And he said, whoa, what's this about? And as he's rambling, that's when Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly just start beating the brakes off of Matt and Nick Jackson. They tore them up. Now, there was a young man in the crowd, little kid in the crowd. Dude was crying his eyes out. The camera crew did a great job zooming in on that. I said, man, that's what, listen, raw emotion from the fans is wrestling one-on-one. That's what you want. From what I was told, Raw was great on Monday. The problem was Houston was sitting on their hands. I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, do y'all want to go back to that garbage Thunderdome era? Do you want to go back to when AEW and WWE and nobody had fans, nothing? Make some freaking noise. Kudos to Columbus, Ohio. They was hyped the whole show. That's what you want to do. The one thing I give AEW over WWE is the crowd makes noise. You might get one episode here and there where the fans might be kind of weak, but for the most part, the AEW fans make noise no matter what. WWE, man, I don't understand these fans. Triple H and them is out there giving you great shows, and you out here sitting on your hands and sitting there hearing crickets. Make some freaking noise, okay? Please make noise. Make some noise. That is the whole point of being a freaking wrestling fan. Make some noise. Go crazy. I get it. You're watching the match and all that, but make some noise. Interact with the wrestlers. That's the whole point. When there's a heel out there, you boo their tail. When it's a baby face, you cheer. Make some noise. That's exactly what happened. The young man was crying his eyes out. Young Bucks get towed up because Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly basically said the Undisputed Era is here to stay. We don't give a crap about no freaking Young Bucks. Now, a lot of people say they trace this back to what happened when they was in New Japan, when they was in the Bullet Club. The Young Bucks annihilated Adam Cole, and he didn't forget about that. He didn't. So, Young Bucks get manhandled. They're getting beat up. You know, Brandon can't do nothing about it. Hangman's music hits, and the crowd goes crazy. Let me tell y'all something. I know there's a lot of people that's down on Hangman, but let me tell you something. Hangman is an excellent babyface. He's great. I enjoy seeing that young man. Let me tell you something. When Hangman comes to Rampage, I don't know what it is about Hangman being on Rampage, but I just like to see him on Rampage. I don't know what it is. But when he comes to Rampage, it just feels like Rampage is a port. Like, I don't know how y'all feel about it, but anytime he comes through, he came out there, he ran them fools off, beat the brakes off all of them. They ran out the ring. And he helps up the Young Bucks. He hugs both Nick and Matt. The Elite Brethren are back together. They are back together. They've been playing this game off about them constantly trying to get reunited, but things just haven't been quite panning out. The storytelling that just took place right there, They are back together. And ladies and gentlemen, that is what you do. That's how you get cats back together. That's how you get cats invested. Pay attention. This is what I want for everybody on the freaking roster, Tony Khan. What you doing with the Young Bucks, Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, Matt Nick Jackson, and them. Hey, that's what I want for the entire show. I want that for everybody. I don't just want that for just one second. It's like I said, when Tony Khan wants to, he'll put forth his full foot on something that he gives a crap about. If it's something he don't care about, he gonna have book. He gonna have booking. Put your full foot in everything, man. Go hard. That's the whole name of the game. All Out is around the corner. We gotta get there. Listen, when All Out comes around, when it's like a week away, I want to be saying I can't wait for All Out. I want to say that. I want to come on here and tell y'all honestly, I can't wait for All Out. But I'm gonna be 1,000% with you. Definitely for Dishonor was one of the only pay-per-views that I actually was excited for. Even though Tony Khan has delivered on just about every pay-per-view he's done as of recent, I know it's been maybe one or two that was kind of weak, but for the most part, pay-per-views always be off the chain. I want you to put forth an effort into the build-up to said pay-per-view. Get us crazy invested. Have us, man, we can't wait for this show. That's the whole point of being a freaking wrestling fan. That's why we critique this stuff. This is why you have cats in the IWC like myself, cats like Alex, cats like JD and them, cats like Mac, cats like, even though my guy can't stand AEW, he hate AEW, cats like my main man, Mr. King Mike. You got all these cats like Solomon, that young girl Issa, cats like Sean Ross Sapp, all these people, everybody that be critiquing wrestling. My young lady, Miss Jessie and them, the boys over at Grapsy. You know what I'm talking about. Why we do what we do because we enjoy what we see. Now we don't enjoy everything, but we come on here, we give you most of us, because some people they like to shield, but somebody like myself, I like to come on here. I like to give you the authentic. I tell you what I like. I tell you what I don't like. I'm not finna try to hate on certain things just because that's the end thing to do. If I'm hating on something, I got a legit reason why I'm hating on it. I'm not finna sit up here and hate on something just because. I want everybody to do well. Tony Khan's situation, I want him to put forth a full foot into booking everything he does moving forward. Because that boy Triple H, he ain't playing no more, ladies and gentlemen. He ain't playing. Now, there's certain things over there that he can work on as well. But he ain't playing. Tony Khan, no more playing. Game's over. The game is over. No more games, ladies and gentlemen. So, after that Cole segment, we got Moxley cutting a great promo as usual, even though the promo was dumb. Now, here it is. The promo was great, but the question they was talking about was stupid. This is the dumbest question ever asked to any wrestler. Who would you rather wrestle? It's stupid. You know the same answer is going to be said. I don't give a crap who I have to wrestle. Moxley basically said, listen, whoever it is, it doesn't matter. Listen, I don't care if I'm cool with you or not. I'm trying to hurt you. I'm trying to have your blood spilled all over the place. I'm trying to have your teeth falling out your mouth. That's what I'm trying to do. Right to the point, he said what he had to say. But like I said, the question is retarded. It's one of the most dumbest questions because every wrestler gets asked. This question has been asked in wrestling for as long as wrestling been around. They've been asking the stupid man question. Listen, the cat's not going to give a crap who they wrestle. It doesn't matter. Like, oh, I don't want to wrestle him because I don't want to wrestle her because I'm scared of her. No, it's stupid. It's real dumb. It's stupid. He said what he had to say. He gonna beat the brakes off of him anyway. So, Christian, talk with Tony Schiavone. This happened early in the day. Trying to talk to Tony Schiavone. Next thing you know, you see this car come. BMW SUV comes swinging out the woodwork. That man, Jungle Boy, tried to murder Christian. He tried to run him over. He got pulled out. He got quote-unquote arrested. They dragged him out. And if you looked at Jungle Boy's shirt, he had Christian Cage as a pussy. Listen, man, Jungle Boy has grown so much. He's grown. He's becoming a man of his own thanks to Christian doing work. Christian has done the greatest job he's ever done in a long time. And that's get this young man to where he needs to be. That's the whole point of the heel, ladies and gentlemen. That's the whole point. MJF did that with Warlow. Christian is doing that with Jungle Boy. That's what you want. You want that, ladies and gentlemen. I want that for everybody. Excellent. So, match 2, the ladies. Dr. DMD, Britt Baker, DMD, Jamie Hayter, Thunder Rosa, Tony Storm. Britt and Jamie had on basically the same outfit. And I don't know if Tony Khan is trying to quote unquote tease us as in we getting ready to get women's tag team titles. Tony Khan, AEW has way too many championships right now. Stop where you are. We're good. We are good. With every belt that we have right now. No more. No more. Focus on getting the girls to where they need to be. Keep saying this over and over again. Put forth a full foot. Now, I get it. You got Madison Rain in there. Madison Rain is going to be a coach. She's going to be a part of talent relations. Ladies, listen to what she has to say. Pay close attention because she knows how to work the camera. Pay attention. When you're on TV, be able to work that camera. And that camera's going with you. Be able to work it. She's going to be able to teach that. Listen to her. Get this division to where it needs to be. That's what we want. Triple H and them ain't playing over there. Let's get this thing up. Let's get it up. Come on, y'all. Let's get it up. This was a great tag team match. I know certain cats. Shout out to my main man, Mr. Melvin. I know he told me he wasn't feeling this match and towards the end. Because I know he said Jamie Hayter was out of this world great. Because she is. Jamie Hayter is great. That's why I want Jamie and Britt to break up. I need that feud going to AEW. Going into All Out. I need it. I need to see Jamie versus Britt. I need to see this for real. I want to see it. I personally want to see it. You know, Thunder Rosa, Tony. Thunder came out there with a sandbagging shirt. She's taking the power back because everybody been claiming that's all she does is sandbag folk. I don't even know where we going with them either. I don't know. But stay tuned. Stay tuned. Tony Khan, we are on the way to All Out. Let's get this show on the road. Let's get this show on the road. Girls is out there doing work, doing what they had to do. There was a miscommunication with Tony and Thunder, and that's when Jamie and Britt took over. Got to 1, 2, 3. Thunder didn't get pinned, which is great. I don't want champions losing. I don't want champions losing unless they lose their title. I don't want them getting pinned. I don't like it. That's always going to be a pet peeve of mine in wrestling. Seeing the champion get pinned. I don't like it. There's only one champion in AEW right now who has not been pinned, and her name is Miss J. Cargill. She is the only one. Everybody else has been pinned left and right. And I'm tired of it. I don't need to see it. So, after this, we get a video package, Sammy and Tay. Now, Sammy just proposed a couple of months ago. This fool talk about we getting ready to get married. Have you ever seen the Looney Tunes when it'd be like a certain clip that's finna happen? Matter of fact, prime example. Remember when Bugs Bunny was finna get ran over by a train and then somehow, some way, he came out of nowhere and cut the footage and said, wait a minute, how did you get out of that? That's kind of what Eddie Kingston did with this situation. They were showing the footage. They out in Paris having a good time, looking crazy. Eddie Kingston said, yeah, hey, congratulations. We don't give a crap. Sammy, I'll see you behind the All Out. 1, 2, 3. Matches already set up. Sammy versus Eddie Kingston, All Out. First match already put in. That is what I want. Next week, Tony Khan, we need at least 4 more matches added. So we got 5 matches on the show. And then the next week, add the next set. I don't want the matches to be added the week of All Out. Because I want the matches to be added as we move on. You add 3 this week, then you add another 3 next week, and keep it going until about the time, 2 weeks before All Out, the card should already be set. The card should, no matter what. Now, the only match that won't be set is the trios because it's a tournament that's got to go on. It's a tournament. But that's the only one. Everybody else should be set up. Everybody else should be nailed in. Whatever we doing, let's go. That's the name of the game. So, we get Powerhouse Hobbs versus Ren Jones, Jobber Cat. Never seen this cat before, but apparently he was on Dark, got jumped. Yeah, he got jumped right here. Now, Taz is on commentary. He said, I love Team Taz, but as of right now, Team Taz is finished. I wish all 3 of those young men their future endeavors. Now, I don't know what's about to transpire. I have no clue. But it piqued my interest like crazy. because Ricky don't need nobody. Ricky is a made man. Hook don't even say anything. And Powerhouse Hobbs is a man that's being built. Powerhouse Hobbs is so... Let me tell y'all something about Hobbs, man. I'm so invested in Powerhouse Hobbs right now. It don't even make no sense, man. Now, I know fools think that... Fools told me that Keith Lee was going to be the first. Now I hear people say Ricky Starks might be the first. I'm still going out on the limb that Powerhouse Hobbs will be our first black AEW World Champion. I don't know why. I just feel that when the time calls for it. Right now, Hobbs is being prepped as one of the heels that they got, because they got multiple heels. They prepping him up. They are prepping this young man up. I'm so proud of this young man. I'm the presentation. I'm enjoying what they're doing. There's no buck dancing going on. I told you, anytime I see some buck dancing, I call it out in a heartbeat. Powerhouse Hobbs' situation right now is great. He murdered this fool, tore him up, beat the brakes off of him. 1, 2, 3, done. That's all you need with Hobbs right now. Unless he gets in the ring with a Ricky Starks, because we know that's what's going to happen there all out. Speaking of Ricky Starks, soon as the match is over, Ricky Starks' music hits, the crowd goes insane. They go nuts. He flew by that camera. He flew by. Got the ring, started tussling up with Hobbs. Hobbs still got the better of him. What they did this week that was better, which I wish they would have done last week, was after he betrayed Ricky Starks, let him marinate. Let the fans boo him. That's what they did right here. Starks tried to get a couple of licks in. He couldn't. Hobbs laid him out. And they let him marinate. They let cats just sit there and feel some kind of way. Like, yeah, I just took your hero out. What you gonna do about it? Perfect. Perfect, man. Got no complaints whatsoever. None whatsoever. Excellent. So, backstage promo video package. Darby Allin is putting a tattoo on his hand about what he's getting ready to do to a Mr. Brody King. And he mentions this. He said, yeah, Malachi, yeah, Brody, I know you fools been basically murdering me everywhere I go. It's been pull-up season. Everywhere I go, you murder me. I'm on stage. I'm trying to do a press conference here. I'm doing this. I'm at Comic-Con. But Brody King, last I checked, you came to me begging for a job. You told me, hey man, could you talk to Tony Khan and see if he can hire me? Man, when Darby said that, I was crying laughing. I said, now that's messed up. That's messed up. I didn't even know that. I did not know that Darby Allin is the reason why Brody King is in AEW. I did not know that. I did not know that at all. I said, man, Brody King can't say nothing. All he can do is beat the brakes off him. That's all he can do. But he really can't say anything because Darby Allin is the reason why Brody King is in AEW. But he said, you keep beating the brakes off of me and you ask for this coffin match, I'll see you next week. Darby, let me tell y'all something, man. People are split on Darby Allin. There's fools that hold the situation of the rape allegation. I don't know the whole thing. I can't speak on it because I don't know about it. But people, they hold that against him. Darby Allin, for me, over the 3 years, I really didn't know who Darby Allin was. I keep talking about this. I keep going back to when I first seen him. I just seen this cat who looked like he wanted to be a part of the Nightmare Before Christmas, and he had the Daisy Duke shorts on and he rode a skateboard. This young man has impressed me left and right. And I always say that Darby Allin is in a place now where he could continue to put cats over because he's so over himself. Hanging out with the man Sting has done wonders for this young man. It's done wonders for him. Now, this match is his match. I get why people say Tony Khan might have to chill out with this because it seems like anytime Darby has a beef, they go here. Like, in order for, like, to finish the beef, they go to the coffin match. And I'm like, you know what? Cats got a point. Cats have a big point when they bring that situation up. I agree. You might want to go a little different with that because last I checked, I don't remember Undertaker always having Hell in a Cell matches when he was finishing no call. Undertaker had multiple matches that he could do. He had multiple finish matches, whatever beef he had. So Darby Allin, maybe Tony Khan and Darby, maybe y'all might have to come up with a little something different when it comes to him finishing his beef with whoever he's finishing with. You don't always have to go to the coffin match because they go there. Because I see a lot of people doing that. I mean, a lot of people. I see Darby kind of doing that a lot with whoever he's beefing with. He's like, okay, this is the finish, so let's have a coffin match. But I know the match going to be insane. I know it's going to be crazy because what is Darby? I tell y'all every day, Darby Allin is a walking, talking, living crash test dummy. The man just want to get beat up. That's all he like. He wants to endure so much pain. He tells whoever he's in the ring with, just beat the snot out of me, man. Just tear me up. Tear me up. Listen, if you want to pull up on me, pull up on me. I don't give a crap. But I'm going to end up coming out with the victory. You know what I'm saying? But kudos to him. Great promo. Said what he had to say, right to the point. I'm cool with that. Mr. Jim Ross comes out. Fans still go crazy. They hear the little Oklahoma song they play and all that stuff. Matt and Christian, throwback to, I lost count how many times these fools wrestled each other. Matt coming out here with the Delete, old school, Hardy Boys music, everything. Christian come out. They tussle up. I think back to, like I said, the WWE/WWF days. All them TLC matches they was having and all that crazy stuff. But you knew who had to win this match. You knew Matt Hardy wasn't winning. Matt Hardy basically tried to throw the man on the table. Did an elbow drop through the table. Nobody in sight. Basically deleted himself. He came out there talking about, I'm finna delete Christian. No, you deleted yourself, Mr. Matt Hardy. Christian takes him in there. He does the kill switch, which I still call the unprettier because that's what it is to be. He does the kill switch. 1 through 3, match over. Right to the point. They did what they had to do. Great. No problem whatsoever. I know fools online say, man, this is old. How many times? Listen. Let me tell you something, man. I would take a Christian versus Matt Hardy match any day over all the old school, well, really wasn't old school, all the rematches that we constantly got in WWE before Triple H took over. I would take that any day because the fact that you see matches over and over and over. Here's the deal. Christian and Matt weren't wrestling each other every week on Dynamite. There wasn't. So I seen fools complaining about it. You can complain all you want. Just complain. Cry all you want. I don't give a crap. So we move on. Right after the match. Let's talk about what happened after the match. Luchasaurus comes out. He still got the dark Kane sounding music. Got the dark mask on. And Christian is looking at him like, man, what happened to the conversation you and I had? Bruh, you was on my side. I was going to be your mouthpiece. What the heck is going on? And with the distraction going on, you hear Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy just come out the woodwork and start beating the snot out of Christian. Christian was able to escape. He got out the ring. And that shirt basically explains Christian because he keep running. He keep running like a straight punk. Christian Cage is a punk. I said the word earlier. Christian Cage is a punk. That's it. That's the name of the game. Tarzan Boy started playing. And we move on from that. Now, remember, Luchasaurus hasn't said a word, ladies and gentlemen. This is why I'm still interested in this story, because of Luchasaurus. Christian has done what he was supposed to do, get Jungle Boy over. Now, his next assignment is to get Luchasaurus to where he needs to be. Lucha hasn't said a word. All out, I believe, is where we're going to get the final answer to where does Lucha stand. That's where we're going with that. DG, talking to Tony, he said, listen, I made Brian tap. I guess you can call me the Dragon Slayer. Now, he didn't make him tap. He passed out. He said, well, since you out playing injury again, if you want to wrestle again, you know exactly where to find me. DG, right to the point. I told you, DG just growing on me every week. Young man is growing on me every week. Great segment. Highlight Pac, All Atlantic Championship won against this young man named Carter Mills at Rev Pro. Don't know who he is. This is basically, like I said, the All Atlantic title was just a title to give Pac to do something. That's all it was. Now, the story that's going on, every place he goes, this fool is running around with a box on his head. Now, everybody in their mama know that's Kip Sabian. I don't know what the clown the gimmick is. I don't understand it. Tony Khan has been, listen, You see this fool sitting ringside with the box on his head, clapping slow as heck over and over and over again. But he's been following Pac no matter where he goes. Tony Khan is setting up those two to meet up at All Out. I just know it. I need to get a better understanding of why he has a box on his head. Don't know. It reminds me of what's the dude name? Marshmallow Head. I don't understand Marshmallow Head. I don't. But he wears a marshmallow on his head. That's basically what I'm getting out of Kip Sabian. Running around with a box on his head in a suit. That's all I get. Ethan Page comes out and he's crying and complaining. And he said, I deserve TV time and I shouldn't be sitting in the back and looking like I don't deserve to be out here. I'm one of the best wrestlers in the game and blah, blah, this and blah, blah, that. And the question you ask yourself, where the heck is Dan Lambert? I believe Dan Lambert is off television because Scorpion Sky is off TV. Once Scorpion Sky gets back, now we're going to get the feud that we were supposed to get before Sky got hurt. Dan Lambert, Ethan Page are going to turn on Sky. Now, here's the deal. Stokely Hathaway came out and was standing behind him as he was complaining, and the crowd was cheering, and he said, wait, what are y'all cheering me? Y'all fools don't buy my merch. You run out and buy OC merch all day long. So he said, y'all guys are nothing but losers. You A-holes are nothing but losers, but you sitting up cheering me. So you blabbing, running off at the mouth. Stokely Hathaway is standing right behind him, and he looks at him and he said, man, what the heck is you doing out here? He said, hey, listen. And then he whispers something in his ear. And then he gives him a business card. Now, Stokely been running around here giving everybody business cards. First he gave Lee Moriarty one from Rampage. And now he gives Ethan Page one. So I'm asking myself, what the clown is going on here? Stokely can't even control the baddies right now, and we giving business cards to everybody that's sitting in the locker room. I don't know. I have no clue what the heck is going on. I'm not sure, but hey, that's what wrestling is. It's the whole point of let it play out is legit right now. Like, I'm legit gonna sit here and let this whole thing play out, and if it's great at the end, I'll say, okay, it was great. If it flops, then I'll say, all right, we need to go back to the drawing board. Speaking of going back to the drawing board, we have the JAS Society talking up Jericho. Le Champion's going to be Le Champion again. You heard Mr. Matt talk. Angelo started talking, a.k.a. Jeff. He started talking. And then Honor Jay got on the mic. Honor Jay cut a promo, and ladies and gentlemen, I kid you not, I thought I heard Bianca come out of her mouth. I said, this girl is biting the mess off of Bianca. She said, I'm the roughest. I said, oh, Honor Jay, you're not Bianca. You're Honor Jay. You are Honor Jay. Slow your roll with that one. So she made up by choking the mess out the doggone cameraman that was standing right there. Yeah, I prefer babyface Honor Jay. I really do. I really do. The feud that I still want Tay versus Honor Jay. I still want it. I actually thought Honor Jay would be the heel and Tay would be the babyface. Tay be the heel, Honor Jay be the babyface. That's what I'm going with when the time calls for it. Next, dumpster match. The Acclaim versus the A-Boys. This match won for entertainment and entertainment purposes only. That's the whole point. Now, creatively, I never heard of a dumpster match. I wish Tony Khan and them would have came up with a different concept, because the dumpster match is the coffin. It's a coffin match with dumpsters. And we're getting a coffin match next week. And I'm like, I would have did something a little different. I don't know what they could have done. But the entertainment purposes on this matchup was great. The A-Boys are over like a mother. I can't stand their behinds worth. I can't. But they are over. They are over. That's what happens when you hang out with the Acclaim. When you hang out with the Acclaim, you get over. And for the fools, you just be hate. Listen, man, I never seen so much hate for the Acclaim in the IWC. It doesn't even make no sense. Fools on TikTok, fools on YouTube just be sitting up hate. I'm like, man, look. Let me tell you something. The Acclaim, they're gimmick, they're cheesy, cornball rappers. Well, Max part. And then Anthony with the all that crazy stuff. Look, but it's over. It's cheesy. It's corny. Yes. But it's over, ladies and gentlemen. Do y'all understand the whole point of getting over with a cheesy cornball gimmick? It works. The Acclaim are making it work. You talking to somebody that didn't give a rat's behind. I didn't care nothing about the Acclaim when they first showed up. I thought they was just a reject version of John Cena. Fast forward to today, the Acclaim are one of my favorite tag teams in AEW. I really do want to see them win the titles. And when they do, I don't give a care. Fools can be mad all they want. These boys are funny as heck. They too silly. They are silly as heck. They are extremely goofy. And I like it. I'm cool. Listen, I told you, there's a way for us to be goofy without buck dancing. Here it is. I know Fools told me that the Acclaim was a mentor. Fools told me that the Acclaim was a mentor. I said, man, y'all must don't know who the New Day is. Y'all must don't know who R-Truth is. Those are your prime examples of what a minstrel and wrestling are. That's all I need to know. I ain't got to go any further talking about it. Man, this matchup, man, listen. Clowning from the jump. The Acclaim looked like they was finna lose right at the beginning. The A-Boys found a way to get them in the dumpster, but it didn't work. They got out. I mean, just listen. Just look, all kind of, listen, it was just havoc, chaos all over the place. Buffoonish foolishness going on. I didn't even talk about the stuff with the freestyle. They did a little cheap cornball freestyle, talk about Vince and Joe Biden. It is what it is. The A-Boys, they tried. They really did. Billy Gunn, he got involved because they called him out there. They listen. You got cats jumping from the AEW sign and all this. Listen, man, that stuff is crazy. It was crazy as heck. They was putting in work, and the crowd was going nuts. The crowd was going crazy. This is what you want. When you got a gimmick type of match, you want the crowd going crazy. It may not be the best wrestling, but the point of the gimmick is not the wrestling. The point of the gimmick is the gimmick match itself. Now, for the stuff that was going on in the match, I didn't have a problem with that at all. But the aftermath, or the quote-unquote the finish, they locked the A-Boys into the dumpster, closed it, tied it up. Now, I heard cats talk about that this was a throwback to the Attitude Era. Billy Gunn and Road Dogg went against some other two clowns. So I don't know who they went against, but they kind of had a similar match. So kind of was like a toss up to the throwback. Kudos on Tony Khan on doing that. So they threw them in the trash cans. They closed the lid. They win. So then they pushed them off, and the trash can flips over with them apparently inside that thing. I don't know how they took that bump, but that's a bump right there. Kudos to the A-Boys for taking that bump. Now, as we move forward, I have no clue what we about to do now. Because I personally, man, I thought that they was going to save this match or have them wrestle at All Out. Like, let them go crazy at All Out. Like, you know, like, hold off on it. I get it. Y'all wanted them to have this because they wanted to do something for the TV audience out there in Columbus, Ohio. But I would have waited to the pay-per-view to put them on the pay-per-view, because I feel like they still gonna be on there, and with them winning this match, it makes me feel like the Acclaim might mess around and lose on the pay-per-view. That's just what it feels like to me. But I don't know how you feel about it. Like I said, creatively, I would have came up with a different finish for the dumpster match, because it's just basically a coffin match with trash cans. That's my only complaint about this. Outside the match was great. It won for entertainment purposes. I was crying, laughing. That's the whole point. The whole point is to have you on the floor busting up laughing. When you got clown goofy stuff going on like this, that's the whole point. They did work. Everybody in this match, everybody played their part. Colton, Austin, Anthony, Max, Billy, everybody did their role perfect. Everybody. The finish, like I said, I would have came up with a more creative idea on what to do. Instead of, like I said, it's pretty much a coffee match with trash cans. That's basically what it was, with dumpsters. That's all it was, so that's my only complaint about that. So, we get, now Excalibur ran down what's about to transpire on Rampage. He ran down what's going to happen on Battle of the Belts and all that stuff. Moxley is going against some cat named Manser. I guess he's from GCW. I guess he one of them deaf type of wrestlers that just love get beat up and busted open. And I said, Moxley. I said, man, one of my only complaints about John Moxley, one of my only complaints is the fool just love to get busted open. That is one of my only complaints about John Moxley. I agree 1,000% with everybody that's a hardcore John Moxley fan that loves him no matter what. He's a great wrestler. He does what he needs to do. Gets cats over when they need to get over, whatever. My only problem is he does not have to bleed. He went to GCW and wrestled some other clown, and what did he do? They got the thing sticking out the hair. I said, man, Moxley can't help himself. He cannot help himself. This fool just love getting busted open. He can't help himself. Every time I look, I'm like, man. I say, bro, man, like, dude, like, you cannot help yourself, man. He can't, but he going against this clown on Rampage or whatever. So you best believe both of them gonna be bleeding. I just expect it. It's already set up, and Rampage is gonna be live too. Just expect it. I'm already expecting it right now. So, main event: winner faces Moxley next week at Quake of the Lake. Now this matchup happened because of the stupid back and forth with Jericho and Willa Yuta on Rampage. That was stupid. No, you can't. Yes, I can. No, you can't. It was just dumb. So, unfortunately, Mr. Willa Yuta had to lose. And my only problem was, everybody in the mama knew he was losing. I'm not finna sit up here and say he was winning. No. My problem is, I'm tired of seeing champions get pinned. I am tired of it. AEW is starting to do it a little bit way too much. WWE was doing it because Vince McMahon was in control. Now he ain't in control, so I know we barely gonna see that now since Triple H is running the show. Tony Khan, we're gonna have to chill on this, young man. We're gonna have to chill. Now, the match itself was great. Jericho and Willa Yuta actually put on a great main event. The main event was outstanding. I'm not going to sit up here and say the match was bad because no, it wasn't. Main event was excellent. And right from the jump, 2.0 was out there. Claudio was out there. Speaking of Claudio was he's going against, how you say the name? Kanoski. And they let Kanoski cut a great promo about he's never won an American championship, but he says this is going to be his first American championship. Listen, man, I always say give us a little backstory on who these cats that's coming over here. Kenosha has made a name for himself. He's made a name for himself since Forbidden Door, and we've had opportunity to see him who he is. So they let him cut a promo. He said what he had to say. Claudio said what he had to say. A lot of people saying this matchup is going to be great. This is Claudio's first Ring of Honor title defense. I believe this matchup is going to be excellent. I believe it's going to be excellent, ladies and gentlemen. I believe so. Now, fools that was, like I said, it's some things that came out more about Jonathan Gresham. Matter of fact, Jonathan Gresham kind of, what it sounds like now, it sounds like he done cooled off. I don't know if he's back to social media or not. It sounds like the window of him coming back to AEW is not broken. So that's good. I just need him and Tony Khan to sit down, whatever they need to do, squash the beef, whatever. Because Jonathan, listen, man, I don't care. Fools can talk about Jonathan Gresham all day. They can talk about he's short. They can come against him because he's black. They can say what the heck they want to say. I want to see more of Jonathan Gresham. I personally do, because I want to understand the octopus gimmick. I want to understand it. I don't understand it. I think about Pirates of the Caribbean when I see him with that mask on. But I want to understand it. I want to understand it. Fools in the IWC can sit up and just talk about his height and talk about, oh, he's not all this cracked up to be, and he's a cancer in the back and all that. Listen, if you feel that way about him, you got every right to feel that way. Me, I want to see this young man on AEW television. I want to see him more. So whatever Tony Khan got to do, get it done. Whatever you got to do, get it done. Now, main event. So 2.0 was out there. Claudio was out there. 2.0 was getting caught up. Aubrey Graham, she saw what they was doing. They was trying to cheat. She kicked him out, and there was really no other point for Claudio to be out there. I get it. He was out there to be in his guy's corner. Regal was on commentary. Listen, the back and forth between Jericho and Yuta was excellent. Matchup was great. Jericho, when Jericho want to have a good match with somebody, he can have a good match with somebody. Jericho is kind of like a Brock Lesnar. Jericho, let me tell you something. Now, when I mean like that, I'm talking about based on who he gets in the ring with. Sometimes Jericho matches don't hit, but a lot of times, whoever Jericho is in the ring with, if he wants to get that person over, he'll get him over, even though he has to beat him. MJF, OC, 2.0, DG. I'm just thinking about everybody who came under his watch and they turned into gems. Wheeler Yuta and him back and forth. Wheeler Yuta was this part when Chris Jericho was hitting him in the face with his elbow. He looked at him and said, "Oh, hey, no, you not," and turned it and did a moveset on him and all this. Listen, man, they was going back and forth. That's what you want. In a great match, you always want that back and forth. You want that back and forth because it's that competitive nature. Like, oh, Stack, you ain't going to beat me. You might be able to do all your crazy moves or what so, but you're not going to be able to beat me. You can hit me here, you can hit me there, but you ain't going to be able to beat me. That's basically what they was out there doing. Now, everybody been saying, we want Lionheart. We want Lionheart. We want Lionheart. Sure enough, at the end, he stretched Yuta out like it was nothing. He stretched him out. I said, well, you ask, you shall receive. Lionheart is back, ladies and gentlemen. That Chris Jericho was a killer. That Chris Jericho was a killer in the ring. That's the same Chris Jericho that not only was in WCW, that's the Chris Jericho that came to WWE, or at the time it was WWF. That's that Chris Jericho. And that Chris Jericho wasn't no joke in the ring. That Chris Jericho give you a classic no matter what. I'm sitting here thinking about the matches he had with Shawn Michaels and Christian and The Rock and Stone Cold and Triple H, and I'm just going, Kurt, who you name it. This is who Moxley is getting next week. I believe this matchup is going to be good. Unfortunately, I feel like the blood is going to spill. I don't need them to bleed. They don't need to, but I got a feeling they will. I told you, man, the blood, you don't need to bleed. And the one thing about this episode, didn't nobody bleed on this episode, which I'm very happy. Because you don't need to do it. You do it when it matters. You don't do it just because. That's my only gripe. Don't bleed because you want to bleed. Bleed because it calls for it. That's one of my biggest deals about cats like Moxley and them and all them. Don't have to bleed all the time. You just don't. Wheeler Yuta loses, Jericho wins. So as he's stretching him out more. Moxley comes out, tries to get him off. Jericho's rattling off in the mouth, rattling in the camera. Talk about what he gonna do to him next week at Quake at the Lake. Talk about you asked for Lionheart, you're getting him. You're getting the last cat that used to be at the Heart Dungeon or whatever, the Heart Foundation Dungeon. You're getting that cat. That's the cat you don't want to wrestle. All that just rattling off at the mouth. 1, 2, 3, boom. Ladies and gentlemen, this was a very good episode of Dynamite. I told you what I didn't like about the show. This is what we want moving forward. Now, let's talk about it. Tony Khan now has a new regime of cats that's going to be working under him because of the whole situation that happened with Jonathan Gresham. Sanjay Dutt, I believe Christopher Daniels on the team, QT Marshall, Tony Schiavone, and now for the ladies, Madison Rain has officially signed with the AEW, and she is now part of that talent relations squad, and she's a coach, which is very good for the women. That's an excellent move on Tony. We needed that. What Triple H and them is doing ain't no joke. We can't joke around no more. We can't lollygag no more. We cannot. AEW cannot lollygag anymore. From here moving forward, AEW cannot lollygag. They can't. Excellent move. I like that. Get you a team, because Tony can't do everything by himself. He cannot do everything by himself. He just can't. The video game. I've seen a clip of it. Apparently the game is supposed to be coming out December 31st, so New Year's Eve. ladies and gentlemen, I haven't played a wrestling game since Raw vs. SmackDown. I'm serious. I'm very serious. I have not played a wrestling video game since Raw vs. SmackDown. That's a long time. So any of the new games that came out, I don't play them. I don't play any of them. Don't ask me nothing about it because I don't play it. This game though, I'm going to learn how to play this game. I want to see, what kind of stories they're gonna be able to do, what kind of gimmick matches gonna be in here, and apparently it's a whole lot of other stuff that you can do. It's a whole lot of. I thought about Super Smash Brothers and Mario Party. A lot of that stuff is being introduced into this game. That's the only, and we only get like a 15-second clip with Tony Schiavone and Britt Baker basically wrestling each other. It's funny as heck. Tony Schiavone was Adam Cole, and Britt was herself. And Britt was basically Britt beating the snot out of Adam Cole. I mean, she was beating the brakes off of him. Like I say, for me, I ain't played no wrestling game in forever. So don't ask me nothing about Raw vs. SmackDown this or 2K that. Don't ask me nothing about that because I ain't played it. This, I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna learn how to play this game. You best believe I'm gonna be on this game for real. I don't even play games like that, ladies and gentlemen. I really don't. I don't never really be on the game system like that. Like I said, but I'm gonna definitely find a way to get on this one. I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna definitely give it, and I would give an honest review about the game myself. Apparently, the game is already sold 1 million plus in pre-order sales on Amazon, from what I'm told. So that's a good look. I've seen people say it's up in the air, but it's still, they can still go back and change things. They can still go back because the game ain't out yet. It's August right now. They can still go back and add some things and tweak a little here, tweak something there. But that's that. Before I get to the ratings, I'm trying to think, is there anything else that I need to discuss wrestling wise? My guy Melvin sent me something about a certain wrestler that was part of that NIL deal. He got caught up on some rape charges. Well, he's done. I don't even know the cat's name, but apparently he's done. He's done. Let's go to it. Let's talk about it. Monday Night Raw did 2.2. This is under Triple H's regime. That is excellent. That's great. I'm happy for WWE getting them ratings back. That's what you want. Putting on great television, and everybody told me that Raw felt like it was a great show. If it's anything I'm changing, I'm going to USA Network and I'm telling them fools, listen, we turning Raw back to 2 hours and 20 minutes. Forget this 2 hours and 3 hour crap. Forget it. I understand it. They get more revenue because it's 3 hours. Now, Raw needs to go back to 2 hours and 15 minutes. That's when Raw was in its prime. 2 hours and 15 minutes at best. Not no freaking 3 hours. Forget trying to do no. Now, I get it. Triple H. Now, if Triple H want to, Triple H continue to keep doing it. Because Triple H got a total of, let's see, Monday Night Raw, NXT, SmackDown. This fool got a total of 7 hours of wrestling footage that he can continue to put out there. Listen, if he want to continue to do it, by all means. But personally, for me, I think 3 hours is just too freaking long. 2 hours and 15 minutes at best. Perfect. Perfect. If they go back to that, man, that's all I got to say. 2.2 million if I'm not mistaken. AEW, 932 if I'm not mistaken. So let's talk about it. So I know fools will say, well, look, AEW don't have the heavy hitters right now. They don't. But the fact that they are consistently in that 900 era, they stay in the 900, they may go to 1 million here and there. As long as Warner Media Time, Warner, whatever you want to call it, Discovery, as long as they happy, why the heck are we worried about that? I know fools want, listen, I want them to do 1 million plus. I do. I want them to get to the 2 millions. Yes, I do. And I believe over time they will. Right now, AEW is still growing. WWE television has been on for 50-something plus years. They've been on forever. Monday Night Raw been on since 1993. SmackDown been on since 1999. Dynamite and Rampage been on. Let's see. Dynamite started 2019. Rampage started 2021? 2021 was the first episode, correct? Yeah. So, I mean, look, I understand it. I get it. You see it, and like, oh man, look, we watching. Time Warner them's happy. That's all that matter. That's all that matter. You know, I understand it. You want to see them do now. I understand. Here's the deal. There are fools that want them to fail. I don't care who you are. There are fools in the IWC. Every video they do, every TikTok they post, every time they hop on Twitter, they have nothing but hatred for anything AEW. So they want them to be abolished. Myself, I want AEW to thrive. I want WWE to thrive. I want Impact to thrive. Matter of fact, speaking of Impact, Sammy Callahan. Sammy Callahan was upset because talking about fools don't watch Impact. That's just some BS. They can watch it. Listen, man. A lot of us don't have, fools like me don't have access TV. So if I'll even go out my way watching Impact, I'll go on the network and watch it. And as of right now, personally for me, Impact is not a priority of mine. If it was on TV, if they had a regular TV channel, maybe I might watch it. Now, I know certain cats that love Impact, they gonna watch it regardless. But somebody like me, I ain't here. So, like I said, if I go out my way and watch it, I had to go to the Impact Network, watch it on the network, and then I'll watch it. But for me, what they doing over there, it ain't really that cracked up to be. I know Seth cats gonna be like, oh yeah, it is. Not for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you like that, that's cool. I ain't knocking your hustle. Watch it. But for me, it ain't all that cracked up to be. Like I said, you know, I may look at a pay-per-view here and there, but it's not all that cracked up to be. So, Sammy, let me tell you something. Y'all find a way to get on syndicated TV, not no freaking channel called Access. You find a way to get on like one of these other channels, because y'all used to be cool because y'all was on Spike TV. Spike TV is now Paramount now. I don't know if y'all can partner with Paramount again or something. When they was on Spike TV, that's when Impact was off the chain. When they was on Spike, listen, Impact couldn't be beat. Impact was where it was at, aka TNA. Now, like I said, I'm never home. Like I said, I'm here, but like I said, I'm not. But like I said, if I really cared, I would go out my way. Like I said, but he sat up here talking about, oh, fools need to, just like, no, man, y'all need to put on compelling TV. That's not the game. Y'all need to put on interesting television. Y'all put on some interesting TV. Maybe cats, like I said, maybe cats might start watching them more. So, but back to what I was talking about when it's concerning ratings. That's what we talk about. We talk about ratings. It's all about keeping cats interested in what you're trying to show. If you putting on hot garbage, ain't nobody watching. Ain't nobody watching. Or cats gonna be like me because I was out. I'll watch it when I get home. When I get home, I'll look at the DVR and then I'll come on here and give you an honest take on whether I like the show, whether the show is decent or not. This week, great. Last week, hot garbage. You know. But that's just my take. I've been on here belly aching for a long time. I don't know how long this review gonna be. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all know exactly what to do. Hit the freaking comment section up. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. Hit that like button. I'll talk to y'all cats later. It's your boy Casey King, Self for Life, Wrestling Takes. I'm gone.